It's a happy day. Toodaloo-loo-loo-loo-lay. It's you and me and us and we, and I forgot the words. 10 years today. Loopyfrog is 10 years old. Oh my spleen. I'm in shock. Are you in shock? I'm in shock. I haven't made a video since my 7-year anniversary. I think it's 7. So if you want to see that, I look over all the old stuff like through the entirety. Back in the early days, there's loads of kawaii stuff and vlogs even, and there's all sorts. So if you want to see that, to look through all the old times, you can do that. For this year, I wanted to do something that I'd never done before, and that is a Q&A. So I put the poster up on YouTube and on my 3 Instagrams. I have 3 Instagrams now because I'm crazy. But it's separating out all my communities. I'm really happy with it that way. So yeah, obviously I've got my nail account, and then I've got my Loopyfrog account, which is the kawaii and toys and that kind of thing. And then my new account is my geeky account, and that is for like all Star Trek, Doctor Who, all the geeky fan. So I put up a poster in each community so that I would get a nice variety of questions, and you came through for me, so yay. Right, so let's get going on the questions. Carol of 80s Nail Baby, she asked me, so curious where you live in Europe. I live in NYC and I love to know where everyone is from. Great starter question. So I live in Wales. Wales is that little country to the left of England that is quite often forgotten, actually, by the rest of the world. Everybody knows Ireland and Scotland. Wales is always forgotten, but Wales is great and should never be forgotten. I'm originally from Northern Ireland, though, hence the accent. And since married, we are now on our 3rd country, because we actually lived in Era, i.e. proper Ireland, for 4 years as well. Anyway, but we are settling in Wales and we love Wales, so yeah. Okay, JJ Babbles. Love JJ. Thank you so much for all the questions, JJ. You rock. So first question from JJ is, what is your most watched comfort movie? Top 3 if you can't pick just one. Oh, it's hard. Movies is hard. If you asked comfort TV show, that would have been easy. Comfort movies. I'm more likely to watch TV shows than movies for comfort. But having said that, I think I'm going to go with Star Trek Insurrection, because out of all the Star Trek films, it is definitely my comfort one. I love, it's just chill. You know, I mean, obviously there's action and stuff happening, but it's not like big and loud. I just love the planet and the peaceful people, the Baku that live there, and the music is beautiful. And the little critter, the little rill, I'm in love with that critter. I want one for reals. Okay, I know it doesn't really exist, but it should. Okay, and also for comfort films, I would turn to Ghibli, like especially if I'm really ill and I just, I would stick on a Ghibli like Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro, Ponyo, oh, I love Ponyo, and Arrietty, I love Arrietty. It's like she's a borrower, and so little people in a giant world. And it's just so lovely. Yeah. Okay, so another one from JJ. What's a nail trend that everybody seems to love but you're not into? So I'm not a huge flakies fan, although I do really love iridescent. I prefer when they're iridescent flakies, because I'm not a huge fan of the multi-chrome ones or those shards. Oh, I don't like shards. Sorry to people who like these things. But I would say in terms of trend or a craze, I suppose, is the multi-chrome. I am not a huge multi-chrome fan, and I know everybody loves multi-chrome. I'm probably quite weird. I don't mind it if there's something else in there, like a shimmer or scattered hollow or something like that, especially scattered hollow. But yeah, I'm not a huge multi-chrome fan. I don't even really like the multi-chrome flakies. I'm very sorry, people. I'm sorry. Okay, so next one's brilliant from another one from JJ. Yay! Embarrassing memory that makes you laugh. This is such a good question. So, Ian took me to Paris for my 30th birthday. Love Paris. Wasn't my first time there. Hopefully not my last. And I was trying to be a good tourist and use as much French as I could remember from my GCSEs. GCSEs are exams you take when you're, 15? Something like that. Anyway, so, scratching the surface of the memory there. But I was giving it a good go, and I tried to order pistachio ice cream in French. And obviously I didn't do it right, because the waiter came out with a plate of pistachios. And it still makes me laugh because it's just so fun. And I just looked at him and like, why is he bringing me pistachios? So I had to go for the English to get my pistachio ice cream. Yeah, that's a good one. That one still makes me laugh. Okay, so a question from Barb, a polished page from our Nearly community. If you could live anywhere in the world other than where you live now, where would it be and why? See, this is a deceptively tricky question because there are loads of places that I would love to visit. But to live there is a whole different matter. Like, I would love to visit Japan. You all know that by now. But actually, I don't know if I would want to live there. Let's just say that they're sort of societally behind on some issues. Although it would probably be a very peaceful place to live. And probably one of the safest places in the world to live. So, yeah, I don't know. My immediate reaction is to say Scotland for the more humane benefits system. If you know what the system is like in the UK, it is corrupt and yeah, it's really bad. But Scotland have a new system and it's very tempting. Maybe we'll retire there someday. But fantasy-wise, I think somewhere Nordic would be cool. I think that the people in Nordic countries are just very chill. They're just chill. And I like chill people. Anyway, so let's move on to Aaron Phoenixel Star. Oh. I know her name. It's just hard to say. Phoenixel Star. Anyway. Sorry, Aaron. Okay, so what mythical creature would you be if you could transform into one? Well, this is an awesome question. I'm just going to go with my immediate reaction and say dragon because I love dragons. And how awesome would it be to just fly off, do whatever you want, stomp about, breathe fire onto your enemies. Yeah, I'm going to go with dragon. Okay, another one from Aaron. Top 3 shows and favourite character from each. So this starts off easy and then gets harder. So my top 2 shows really are Star Trek and Doctor Who. So let's start with Star Trek. I have so many favourite characters. So many. But if I was honest, I would say that Data is probably still the top fave. Data is an android. In case you don't know Star Trek, Data is an android, but he's sentient and, but ironically, he is the best of humanity. And I feel like he teaches us so much, even though he's an android, because he strives to be human, but he strives to be the best of humanity. And he's just beautiful. He's beautiful. Okay, so Doctor Who. Easy to choose a favourite character from Doctor Who because it is the Doctor himself. What I love about the Doctor is that he fights injustice, but in a peaceful way. you know. He's not a superhero. He doesn't have a weapon. He's still a rebel, but in the best way. And he's just kind. He just goes about the universe, sorts out some bother, and is just kind to everybody. And that's just lovely. I'm getting emotional talking about the Doctor. Oh my word. Okay, so my third show, it's just, the top two were easy, but I'm finding the third show hard because how do I choose between Stargate, Buffy, Red Dwarf, Spaced? In the end, I went for Buffy because I think there's something special about Buffy, the show, and the character. And that takes me to my favourite character from Buffy is Buffy. I mean, I love Giles, I love Willow, Spike, obviously. How can you not love Spike? But I still think she's the best. I love her strength of character, and you know, she's not like this soulless soldier that goes out slaying. She fights in the darkness, yet remains in the light. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, she rocks. Okay, next question from Susan. Daily Polish me. Oh, Susan's put a cute comment. Congratulations on 10 years on YouTube. You're very inspiring and have great interests. Thank you, Susan. That's so sweet. What is your favourite polish? Sorry, that's difficult. Actually, I'm weird in that I know what my favourite polish is. So this is Black Heart Beauty. What is it? Galaxy Effect Pink. You see, because it doesn't really have a name. That's why I was like, I'm actually only like, where's my filling? Can you see the highlight? There you can see the filling. Because I don't wear it that often. Obviously, when you have a large collection, you know, you don't go through bottles. But Claire Gray very kindly sent me of a backup of this. It's actually weirdly slightly different, even though it's the same polish. But you know that happens with polish. It's not exactly the same. So I do have a backup of this. But I don't know what it is about this. I don't know what it is about this polish. I don't know. It's just like jelly. I love it. Okay, so Michelle from Polished Pianist asked me favourite ice cream flavour or favourite type of chocolate, or both. So I'm a bit strange in that I'm not a huge ice cream person. I know it's weird, but I gotta say I do love Ben and Jerry's. And fish food, I'm gonna go for fish food because it's a pretty solid favourite. But chocolate in general, chocolate is a serious business, people. I mean, if you're with me, you will understand that I am very serious about chocolate. And I like to think of myself as a bit of a connoisseur. But in general, I would say European chocolate is the best. From various countries, they're all different. I'm not a huge fan of Lindt, though. But you know, obviously Belgian chocolate, so good. The Belgians know what they're doing. Swiss, yeah. Just European is the best. But that stuff you have in America, people, that is not chocolate. No wonder you call it candy, because that is not actually proper chocolate. I'm sorry, it's just not. Okay, so I told you I was serious. I'm really serious about chocolate. So another one from Michelle of Polished Pianist. Favourite song of all time from classical and rock. I'm a classically trained musician, so classical music with a small c, as opposed to classical music with a big C, which is just the period. Anyway. So classical music has been a huge part of my life, and choosing a single piece, that is so hard, because like there are composers that I'm a huge fan of, like Shostakovich, I really love early music, like Renaissance and Baroque. But like I could very easily pick a Shostakovich, like Shostakovich 5, or one of the quartets, like the Eighth Quartet, because I used to play that when I used to play in a string quartet, and it is the best. But the word favourite made me think, you know what, it's one that has just really touched me. So that would be Sibelius Violin Concerto in D minor. And especially that first movement, the first couple of times I listened to that, I had a massive physiological response. And I swear I could almost take flight just listening to that first movement. That is just stunning. I'm getting emotional just even talking about it. Oh, see, music, if you talk to me about music, I just get so passionate and get so emotional about music. Oh my word. State of me. Oh. So, for rock, I'm going to take it to prog rock, if I may. And I'm going to go with my favourite band, Dream Theater. They do prog rock, prog metal. But they have their own unique sound. And they are unlike anything else in the world. Choosing a favourite song from your favourite band is hard. But I'm going to go with Lie from the very first album I ever heard. And it's just so good. It's so good. If you want to listen to Dream Theater, try something like Pull Me Under, because that's just fun. Or Viper King, that's another fun one. Anyway, but I'm sticking with Lie. Right, so Isabel of Silly Moosey Nails asked me, how are you? Which is just so cute and so nice. When you have multiple chronic conditions, the question of how are you is it's a tricky one, because sometimes, a lot of the time, you just want to say, yeah, I'm fine, or I'm doing okay, or whatever. So I shall answer this one honestly. Chronic illness wise, I was doing pretty well early on last month, but then I had a lot going on that month, so I'm really flaring right now. As for other stuff, we've got a lot of stress going on, but you know, we battle on. Okay, next question. So from Jessica of Banna's Jessica, who are your top 5 nail artists and why are they your favourites? This is a great question. So if you don't mind, I sort of prepared this one in advance because I had to really think about this. Also, it's kind of awkward because I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't want to forget somebody who's amazing, because there are so many nail artists and you're all so great. And I'm inspired by so many. But I have made my 5, so I'm going to stick to it. Okay, so the first person I'm going to mention is Delia of I Am Delia's Nails. I'm sure many of you know Delia. She is just consistently superb. She's consistently good, and I love her style because, you know, there's a little mini goth. There's a little mini goth in me, so I like the spooky vibes, and I love her vibe. I love her style, but she's also a superb artist, really, and she's really skillful at creating those manis, but she's also really creative with it. I call Delia my nail art queen. Okay, so also Jimmy of Bug Nails, if you know Bug Nails. Jimmy is an absolute artist. What I love about Jimmy is they think outside the box and are not afraid to do wacky, crazy things. And I just think that's delightful. I love it. Also, Nimmy of Nimmy Nails. Nimmy Nails, she amazes me. She has got really short nails like me, but her nail art is immaculate, unlike mine. It just fascinates me how precise and clean her manis are. They're just beautiful. But also like cute and just so good. So one that's not really in our little community is Nails by May, M-E-I, May. I think she's a Japanese person living in the USA. But she has a Japanese style, and I love Japanese style nail art. Absolutely love it. I used to play a little bit with that, and I really need to get my stuff out again so I can like have a little bit of fun and do some more Japanese style nail art. 'Cause I love it. And she's a professional, like she's just superb. And so my fifth person is Jeffrey, Dad Nails. Jeffrey is just a superb talent. I mean, absolutely amazing human being. All the manis he does, they're just so artfully done, you know. I also love the meaning behind a lot of his nail art as well, and he's just great. So yeah, so there you are. Okay, so lacquerography. Which indie polish brands local to your area do you wish more people knew about and supported? Honestly, I don't know precisely where each brand is from, but all our UK indie brands are great. I've been trying to support them more this year. Last year, after my no-buy, I said, right, this year I'm going to support UK indies more, stop spending money on international stuff. And also I wanted to get more mainstreams because I've got like a lemming list. I would say out of all of them, I think Telling Moi needs more love and support right now, just because of her situation and stuff. And I just think she deserves more praise, really. The interesting thing about Telling Moi is she doesn't just do regular polish, she also does gel polish, and quite often she has the same polish in both formats. So go check out Telling Moi. Okay, so I had a couple of questions on YouTube. My eye keeps watering, if you're wondering what the heck's going on. I don't know why it is. Anyway. So, Dana Marie 0424. How many polishes do you have? My guesstimate is about 1,000, but it's quite possibly more than that. I really do want to do a recount. I have to do that soon. She also asked, how do you store? Do you organise by brand or colour? So the way I store my polishes, I organise indie by brand, alphabetically by brand, and then alphabetically within the brand. And then I store my mainstreams by colour, because I figure like there's a whole mess of different brands, and it's just easier for me to see, right, I've got my blue drawer, I've got my green drawer, and all the mainstreams are all mixed up together. But my indies, I've got like a main indie shelf, but if a brand grows too big for that shelf, then they get their own special place in a helmet drawer. It's a whole thing. So, and her third question was, how long do you typically wear your manicure? Well, it varies. For a while there, I was painting my nails every day. When I got burnt out and I had my little break at the beginning of the year, I discovered that, if I don't paint my nails every day, then I can actually do other things in life. So it hasn't been quite every day, although if I've got a lot of collabs on, then it probably will be every day. It varies, and also depends on my health as well. Like sometimes my eyes are so bad I can't even paint. So yeah, it really does vary, but possibly on average every other day. I hope that was a good answer. Okay, so Amanda of the Nail Polish Hound, what got you interested in nail polish? I'm not really sure, Amanda. I definitely remember wearing nail polish like back in my school days, because I used to get told off at school for wearing nail polish. I can still hear my teacher now. She was going, blue nails again, and I'd be like, so yeah. But clearly there was a little rebel in me even back then when I was a good girl. So yeah, I think I always quite liked having my nails painted, but I was not like seriously into polish at all. till a YouTube friend sent me a bunch of polish and it had some Zoya in it, and I'd never had Zoya before, and I remember that being really exciting. And a friend of mine had bought me some OPI and was like, oh, OPI, that's really posh. And so that started me thinking that, oh, there was more beyond, you know, like Revlon and stuff. And then a really good US friend sent me a couple of indie polishes, and that was like, whoa, the indie polishes, and they do different things, really interesting different things. This is exciting. And then I found a couple of brands that had done, they got together and they did an awareness duo for, I think it was for fibromyalgia or just general chronic illness. And I thought, wow, that is so thoughtful. And it made me realise that indie polishes, they put a lot of thought and love and care behind these things. And that just opened me up into the indie world. And then I joined, it was an international sort of nail polish Facebook group, and actually met one of my best friends there. And that was before I even discovered the UK polish groups and stuff. So yeah. So I would say I definitely started it, like opened my eyes to that world even before I did Instagram and stuff like that. I hope that was a good answer. Where am I? I don't even know where I am on the list anymore. Oh, okay. So I got a couple of questions on my Loopyfrog account. If it's fun, count me one. It's such a long account name. Love this person though. They're very cool. Great question. Favorite species of frog? I got a frog question. Congrats on 10 years. Thank you. My very first favourite species of frog was Dendrobates azurus, which is a type of poison dart frog. I just totally fell in love, and I just loved the cool patterns and everything. I love all the poison dart frogs, but I loved the blue one, like really loved the blue one. And then I discovered the Vietnamese mossy frog, and just fell completely head over heels in love. Latin name is Theloderma corticale. Corticale? I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's the Vietnamese mossy frog to me. And I just love them. They're so cute. They're so gorgeous. But they're also really cool. Like, they are masters of disguise. Obviously, because they've got the mossy effect. And they're semi-aquatic. I love that. I love that they're semi-aquatic. And they do this really cool thing where they feign death. So they go, oh. And so that they don't get eaten. I don't know. Everything about them, really cool. There's so many types of frogs that I love. I mean, I love all frogs, really. Even those really weird ones. They're just basic little tree frogs. Glass frogs are so cool. I'm sure you've all seen this, but the desert rain frog is so funny. It's like a little mochi ball, and it makes the squeaky noise. You gotta hear the squeaky noise. There's a really beautiful little frog called the Christmas tree frog. Not Christmas tree frog, Christmas tree frog. It's just so cute, it's so pretty. The galaxy frog, have you seen the picture of the galaxy frog? That's very rare. That's a very rare frog somewhere in India. But yeah, so anyway, long ramble, short answer, the Vietnamese mossy frog. Okay, so Froggy Holly, hello Holly. Show us your all-time favourite frog plushie and tell us why it's your favourite. This is not going to shock anybody. This is Karori. Sujinui Karori, but we just say Karori for short. Sujinui Karori is basically Tomorrow Frog. This is a Sanex character, by the way. And he's just a special wee character to me. I love his little backstory. When he's green, he's sad. And then his little friends, like the worm and the tadpole, they come along and they cheer him up. And then when he's not sad anymore, he turns white. How adorable is that? This was my first Karori plushie. quite a big one actually. And then he can just lie down and, you know, view the stars. But this one is special. It's actually this was a rare anniversary sort of special thing. Anyway, the reason this particular plushie is special to me is because I didn't know about Karori until I think I was on Pinterest or something, and a picture of this very plushie came up. And I fell in love. I didn't know who the character was or anything, so I had to research and find. But this particular plushie of Karori was nowhere to be seen. 10 years go by. And he pops up on eBay. Some Japanese seller on eBay. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. And it wasn't even that expensive. So anyway, it was meant to be. It was meant to be. So yeah. So that is Karori. My little buddy. I like that he's fuzzy as well. So yeah, so that is Karori. All right, yeah, we've got more from JJ. JJ asks, have you ever done cosplay? If not, who would you cosplay as? Sorry for the lame questions, I'm trying so hard. JJ, seriously, stop apologising for being amazing. So I actually have done one cosplay so far. It's weird that I've only done one, to be honest. And I did a crossplay of the Ninth Doctor. Crossplay just means that you gender swap, but you're still doing the cosplay, but Anyway, so I did the Ninth Doctor with a skirt, basically. Next time I want to do the Ninth Doctor with trousers, I think. But, you know, I have the non-hair for the part. So that worked out really well. And then Ian had a leather jacket, so I just borrowed that. So all I had to do really was buy the jumper. So that was an easy cosplay. I nearly cosplayed an anime character when I was still young and thin looking. But it was Yui from K-On! And there's no way I would do it now because school uniform at my age? No. Okay, a couple of more JJ questions. Yay! Okay, if you could be any Star Trek character for a day, who would you be and why? I like the idea of having Deanna Troy's abilities, but I'd get overwhelmed too quickly. Picard would be fun because you can act like an a-hole without repercussions and somehow everyone still respects. Excuse me, JJ. Excuse me, but when did Picard act like an a-hole? Picard is the best. Maybe you mean Picard in Picard rather than Picard in TNG, because he was a bit different in Picard, wasn't he, really? Picard in TNG, just the best. I'm kind of with you on Deanna Troy a wee bit. I am actually a bit of an empath in real life, so I don't have her abilities, and yet I find it very overwhelming. Feeling all the feels all the time is actually really hard. So let's run off that, and it makes me want to be Tuvok for a while, you know, to get a break from those emotions. Like, Tuvok is the expert, being a Vulcan, but he's a good Vulcan, you know. He's not like, you know, Spock is half Vulcan, so let's put Spock to the side. Tuvok is my favourite Vulcan of all time, and I don't know, sometimes I wish I could get lessons from him and how to handle all these emotions. But would I want to be Tuvok? See, this, I don't know. I think it could be quite peaceful, really. Having said that, the antithesis to that is I think I would make a very good Neelix. I mean, if I was to have a role on the ship, I think I would make a good Neelix. I think I would do a good job serving the crew. I like serving people, not just literally, but figuratively, and, you know, looking after everybody and making sure everybody's happy and cooking for them. I would probably cook better food. Sorry, Neelix. I think that would be the most fun job, Neelix's job. So I'm going to go with Neelix. I don't know about the whiskers though. Okay, so last question from JJ. Would you be a good Crystal Maze team player? I would absolutely suck. I think in my youth, I think I would have been kind of good at some of it, like especially when I was fit back then. Having said that, I'm not a very quick thinker, so that would have the timing element would be problematic for me. I'm more of a slow, deep thinker than a quick thinker. So I don't know. I think it would be fun though. Definitely couldn't do it now. So the last one on my geek account was from Adam, the Geek's Handbag. If you don't know Adam, huge Doctor Who fan. Adam asks, what's your favourite piece of merchandise ever? And you can only pick one, and no, it can't be the Judoon. Adam knows how much I love the Judoon. I'm a huge Judoon fan. Anyway, yeah, this is actually a tricky question, because there's a lot of things I love, you know, like my Star Trek com badge and stuff like that. But I just got the most amazing birthday present from Ian this year, so it has to be that, because it is epic, it is awesome, and are you ready? I can't resist. If you're not a Trekkie, you will not know what this beast is. This is a mek'leth, and the mek'leth is a type of Klingon weapon. This is the small one, by the way. The big one is a batleth, and it's massive. I probably wouldn't be able to lift the batleth if it was actually made of solid metal. Which this is. This is forged in steel. Don't worry, people. It's actually been blunted. It's not a real weapon. Otherwise, it would be very dangerous indeed. But it is proper steel. How awesome is that? And the handle in it. Oh. So yeah, I'm going with the mek'leth, because it's quite possibly one of the most awesome gifts I've ever had. And makes me feel strong. Makes me feel like a warrior. Yeah. So, okay. Those are all my questions done. Thank you so much to everyone for asking questions. There was a little short time there, and I thought nobody's actually asking any questions. Am I going to get any questions? And then I had a small panic, because I thought, if I get one question, I can't make this. I won't be able to make the video. So I'm so happy I got such amazing questions, and I have had a ball today. So yeah, 10 years. Loopyfrog has been going for 10 years. Wow. To be honest, I'm kind of proud of myself for keeping it going through thick and thin. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little Q&A. Please let me know if you'd like me to do more of these in the future. It was so fun. And thank you so much for watching over the years. And I see my little regulars all the time. I see you, even the people that don't comment. I know you're there watching, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching, everybody. Bye! Oh, by the way, do you like my new graphics? Do you like it? I just wanted a whole new vibe. I love space, sci-fi stuff. I love stars, the galaxy. So I thought it was time for a wee fresh change. I might make some little tweaks here and there, but I think I'm quite happy. Right. Bye.